Hello everyone, this is the history tutorial video for class 10. In the previous video, we looked at how Vietnamese people were resisting French colonialism in education and educational sectors, educational institutions. In today's video, we will look at how they were resisting the French colonialism in other walks of life, in other areas of daily life. We will take a look at health and hygiene sector. When the French set about creating a modern Vietnam, when the French decided about creating a modern Vietnam, they decided to rebuild the city of Hanoi. The latest ideas about architecture and modern engineering skills were employed to build a new and modern city of Hanoi. In 1903, the modern part of Hanoi was struck by bubonic plague. That is a disease, that is a pandemic. Right now we are having coronavirus. Back in the 1900s, there was bubonic plague. In many colonial countries, measures to control the spread of disease created serious social conflicts. But in Hanoi, events took a peculiarly interesting turn. How? The French part of Hanoi, the colonial part of Hanoi where the French lived, that was built as a beautiful and clean city, wide avenues, well laid out sewer system, while the native quarter where the Vietnamese people lived, they were not provided with any modern facilities. So the modern facilities were only for the French, only for themselves that they were building, not for the Vietnamese common people. The waste from the old city drained straight out into the river, or during heavy rains or floods, the rivers overflowed. Thus, what was installed to create a hygienic environment in the French city became the cause of the plague. So, the large sewers in the modern part of the city, that is a symbol of modernity. So, the large sewers were an ideal and protected breeding grounds for rats. So, rats began to live very happily in the French part of the city because the sewers provided them a very healthy environment for living. The sewers also served as a great transport system, allowing the rats to move around the city without any problem. So, this is a very funny incident we are looking at, because the rats that weren't allowed on the roads, they said, okay, no problem, we aren't allowed on the roads, we will use the sewer system. Because sewer systems are built with modern facilities in the French part of the city. That was a modern sewage system. It was big, it was spacious to allow the waste materials to flow freely, and that allowed the rats also to travel freely around the city. And rats began to enter the well cared for homes of the French through sewage pipes. So, the sewage pipes which led to the homes, or the sewage pipes from homes which led to the central sewage system, so rats began to climb up that sewage pipes and enter the homes of the French. Now, to stop this rat invasion, a rat hunt was started in 1902. The French hired Vietnamese workers and paid them for each rat they caught. Rats began to be caught in thousands. So the Vietnamese people were employed in this strange work of rat catching. The French announced that if you catch one rat, you will be paid some money. So rats began to be caught. Vietnamese people were very excited that, okay, so this is a new way of earning money. So rats were caught. For instance, for example, on 30th May, 20,000 rats were caught. But still there seemed to be no end. For the Vietnamese, the rat hunt seemed to be providing an early lesson in the success of collective bargaining. So the Vietnamese people realized they could negotiate for a higher bounty. They could negotiate for a higher price of rat catching because there seemed to be no end to it. So they discovered innovative new ways to, not actually catch the rat but still getting the money. Those who did the dirty work of entering the sewers found that if they came together, they could negotiate a higher price. The bounty was paid when a tail was given as a proof that a rat has been killed. So, this process included The tail of the rat should be the proof that yes, you have caught a rat, and so after that the money will be paid to you. So the rat catchers, what they did was they just caught hold of a rat, cut its tail, and let the rat go, and showed it to the French authorities that okay, so this is the tail, now give me my money. Some people began raising rats to earn bounties. Some people began to keep rats in their homes, some Vietnamese people, and when they were good of good size enough, their tails were cut. So thousands of tails were cut, but the rats roamed away freely. So defeated by this resilience, defeated by this resistance of the Vietnamese sewage workers, the French authorities were forced to scrap the rat hunt program. None of this prevented the bubonic plague because it continued to sweep through the area in 1903 and killed lots of people, as being done right now. Lots of tests are being done right now to cure the coronavirus, but nothing is happening. People are dying. People are being infected. People are dying. So the same thing happened back then also. In a way, the rat menace, the rat problem marks the limits of French power and the contradictions in their civilizing missions. So the French were on the mission to civilize the backward people of Vietnam, but this rat problem showed that not everything can be controlled by the French authorities. Not everything can be civilized. And the actions of the rat catchers tell us of the numerous small ways in which colonialism was fought in everyday life. We are stopping here. We will meet again in the next video. Bye.